Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel and happy Monday. So this is going to be just a kind of a quick update video on the 57 Chevy Nomad. I want to go over the engine and exhaust system modifications, as well as a slight modification to the drivetrain. So, and I'll warn everyone in advance, some of the wiring I did coming off the engine may not be correct to the engine itself, but it's my engine, so I just did it, and I think it will count pretty good. Let's start with the exhaust system. And as you can see, it definitely is not what came on this car originally. You can tell by looking at that that it's not what came on the car. So originally, when I first got this model, I was very disappointed at the fact that all the exhaust system was molded into the plastic. The muffler, the pipes, everything was all just molded, and it looked very, very poor. It did not look anything close to being authentic. And I made the decision to cut all that out. I cut the mufflers out. I had to put some plastic card underneath where I cut the mufflers out from because they left gaping holes. I went ahead and designed and 3D printed off my resin printer 2 new mufflers and painted them up. For the paint, I used an AK Extreme Metal paint for that, which came out really good. And that part I had down pretty well to a science. And then I was kind of thinking about the pipes. It's like, how am I going to do these pipes to make them look like the real thing? And that's when a good friend of mine and a fellow YouTuber, John Paul, and I will link to his channel below, he suggested to me to buy some 2mm solder. So I jumped on Amazon and I got me some 2mm solder, and I cut a length of it, 2 lengths of it, and attached them both to the inside of the mufflers, and I just ran them down and I shaped them all the way here and down and out the back. And once I had it shaped to the to match up the original piping system that was on there, I cut off the ends, and I did that to both sides. And as you can see, it came out really good. I did that on both sides. I also kind of took a page from another YouTuber and fellow modeler and friend of mine, Mark at Blue Street Customs. He does a lot of car builds, and he does a lot of modifications. Like, he makes his own shocks and struts, he modifies his engines. So I took a page from his book, and I went ahead and I junked the original shocks and struts that came with this car, and I made my own. How you can see that. Sorry for the very low level lighting on this. Oh, wait, there you go. No, that's better. Okay, now you get a good shot at those shocks and struts. And I basically just took some really thin wire and I wrapped it around a cylinder, made a coil out of it, used some tube styrene, and I cut the ends off the original kit parts and I glued them onto the styrene with the coil wrapped around it. And I painted it, and that's what I got. So that worked out really well. And I did keep the same measurement, the original shock and strut. So, and then I went ahead and I also installed a fuel rail. You can see that really thin wire right there. It's going up to the engine. See it coming up right there, and then it goes into a T on the fuel rail. Goes into a T right there, which goes right into the stacks, which is going to be hard to see because it's tiny and it's very reflective. What I will do is I'll take some beauty shots of this with the hood up once it's in the car, the underside, and with the hood up, and I'll put on the channel. So yeah, and like I said, I will put a link to Mark's channel below as well. I recommend checking both those guys out. They've got some awesome car builds, and a lot of my inspiration for doing the modifications I got from both of them. And it definitely looks way better than what it did when I first pulled this kit out. Having the 3D printed mufflers and the pipes using the solder was just beautiful, and it came out really great. I did have to make one adjustment though. The drive shaft, when I put this thing all together, the drive shaft was short. It did not come up to the transmission housing at all. So I ended up cutting the guide pin off of the front of the drive shaft, taking a piece of stock styrene tubing, extending that guide pin, and then just painting it black. You'll never even tell that it was extended, but I had to do that because it was not even reaching the transmission housing at all. So that's pretty much that. It wasn't hard to do the wiring on this engine, like off the distributor or the spark plug wires. It wasn't too difficult to do that. I do have them wrapped around the back to the distributor right there, and like I said, it may not be 100% Canon to the engine exactly, but I'm happy with it, and I think it looks pretty decent. So anyway, that's kind of it for the update right now. The next video, I will be showcasing the inside of the car, the seats and body itself, and some other small things I worked with. So yeah. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys had a great Monday, and until next time, take care, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.